Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about islands. Yeah, more specifically we're going to be talking about the Island Expedition Invasion schedule that's just come out and the rewards that you could potentially be getting over the next couple weeks. So recently a few members of the community cracked the code to Island Expedition rewards. Well, at least we think so. It's super complicated, but the TLDR is basically if you kill specific NPCs during the expedition, it increases the chances of their items being added to your final loot table. Wowhead have a great post which I'll link below, which highlights the potential rewards from killing specific types of creatures. It's a great post, and honestly, with this information, it makes islands way more fun in my opinion. So throughout Battle for Azeroth, Blizzard have had an internal schedule for invasion NPCs during an island, but they recently made a blue post highlighting the upcoming invasion NPCs over the next couple weeks, basically making this information public. So in this video we're going to go over the schedule and the potential rewards that you could be receiving during these weeks, including exclusive mounts, transmog sets, pets, and weapons. So if you don't know what I mean by invasion NPCs or invasion events, these happen during island expeditions. They're the NPCs that rock up to the island during the expedition, normally sailing in from the sea, but sometimes through portals and other means. These don't happen every time, but happen more often on normal mode apparently. But it's unclear at this time if the difficulty of the expedition affects the drop chance of items. Sometimes you can kill all the rares on an entire expedition and receive nothing. It's fairly RNG, but so is the whole of WoW. So before we begin with the list, this doesn't mean that these are the only items that will drop during these weeks. It's merely just an additional chance of these items when killing the invaders to the island. So let's start off with this week, the week of October 16th, and it'll be Air Elementals. So the first item is a pet known as the Mischievous Zephyr. This is a recolor of the Pandaren elemental things that were everywhere during that expansion. It's actually a requirement for the achievement I'm Here for the Pets, and it can't be caged or sold on the auction house, so you're going to have to get this one drop if you want that achievement. Also during this week is a transmog set known as the Whirling Dervish transmog set, and this is a recolor of the tier 11 rogue set from Cataclysm, and it's usable by all leather wearers. It's BOE as well, so if you're too lazy to farm it, you could just buy it on the auction house. The coloration is great and would work really nicely on Demon Hunter. So next up is the week of October 23rd, and this is Black Dragons. So the first item is the Plundered Darkscale Blade. This is a one-handed dagger. It is a recolor of a dagger from the Throne of Thunder in Mists. It's a bit of a random design choice for this week, as it's pretty much got nothing to do with dragons, although it is pretty cool. The next item is the Plundered Dragon Roar Barrel. This is a gun, and it looks pretty damn cool. It's a little low res though. It is a recolor of a few guns from Cataclysm in the End Time and Hour of Twilight dungeons, but it's a great design and it matches this week theme perfectly. So the next item is the Plundered Obsidian Scale Smasher, and this is a one-handed mace, and I love the look of it, and the color is really nice. It is a recolor of a mace from End Time and Cataclysm again, and yeah, not too much to say about it. It's pretty cool, and it obviously matches the dragon aesthetic of this week. And finally on this week is the Dragon Rider Transmog set. Now this set is really special. It's a male set, and the best part of it has to be the chest. It's one of the few chests in the game files that actually make it look like you have tattoos, and this works on every single race. The other parts of the set are really awesome as well, and I believe some of the parts of the set were actually added back in the Legion beta, but were never used. Personally, it's one of my favourite sets from Island Expeditions, and you can buy it or sell it on the auction house if you really wanted to. Next up is the week of October 30th, and this is Tolvia. So the first item is the Plundered Sanddweller's Scimitar. This is a one-handed sword. It is a recolor of Sunstrike from the Halls of Origination dungeon in Cataclysm. It's kind of crappy looking and not really too much going on with it, but much like other items from Islands, this can be sold on the auction house. Next up is the Plundered Tainted Scarab Stave. This is a staff, obviously. It is a recolor of several staffs from Cataclysm. The color is actually the best out of all of them, and I'm surprised they haven't reused this model sooner. It would work well with a ton of sets, and probably mostly Warlock sets I would imagine, as it's kind of green and fell-like. And lastly for this week is the Plundered Twin Blade of the Tolvia. This is a dagger, and once again a recolor of a dagger from Grim Batol in Cataclysm. Nothing majorly exciting about this one either. It is a bit random that they used a model from Grim Batol and not one from one of the many Tolvia dungeons of Cataclysm. Next up is the week of November 6th, and this is Twilight Dragons. Now this is the week we're all waiting for. The first item that has a chance to drop this week is the Twilight Avenger mount. So this is the first time that this mount model has reared its head. The color has been in the game for a while, and I believe it's been unused. It's actually an unarmored version of the Cataclysmic's Gladiator's Twilight Drake. It's actually a darker shade than the Twilight mount from the Obsidian Sanctum in Wrath of the Lich King. It does look really great, and I'm going to be doing islands non-stop until this mount drops. We don't know the drop rate, but I'm going to say it's pretty damn low. And this Twilight Dragon week also drops a plate set, and this is called the Twilight Dragon Transmog set. And it is exactly the same as the Heroic Tier 13 set for Warriors, although this set is usable by all plate-wearing classes, and it is BOE and able to be bought on the auction house. And it's always looked good to me, it's always been one of my favourite sets for Warriors, and it will perfectly match your brand new Twilight Avenger mount from that week of Island Expeditions. And finally, the week of November 13th, and this is Old Gods. Yeah, Old Gods. It's not going to be Yogg-Saron rocking up to the thing, but you know, it'll be like the faceless ones and stuff. So the first one we're going to look at is the Plundered Codex of Otherworldly Vision, and this is a offhand. It looks like an Old God Shah-infected book. It's a recolor of the Revelations of Yashiraj from Garrosh in the Siege of Orgrimmar. It's a nice looking offhand weapon, to be honest, and it'll fit nicely with the themes of 8.1 and beyond, because, you know, there is Old Gods in BFA, apparently. Next up is the Plundered Dark Blade of the Old Gods, and this is a dagger. This is a recolor of the underrated Mandible of the Old Ones from the Hour of Twilight dungeon in Cataclysm. And it looks way better in this color. And this one is really great when you get up close to it. The details are really nice. It's got like cool spikes. It's got stuff moving around. It's a really nice dagger, actually. It's, as I said, it's a very, very underrated model, and I'm surprised it hasn't been reused sooner. Next up is the Plundered Shadow-Infused Blade. This is another dagger. It's a bit of a random design considering the theme of this week. It's actually a recolor of a dagger from Highmaul in Warlords of Draenor, and obviously the skull on it is an ogre, which is a little weird to me, but it's purple, so Old Gods, I guess? The next weapon is the Plundered Wand of Tentacle Horrors, and this is a wand, obviously, and it's a recolor of a wand from the Isle of Twilight dungeon again. It's pretty old goddy and very tentacly, and it's a wand, so there's that. And finally, a transmog set for this week is the Faceless Follower transmog set, and this is an exact copy of the Warlock Tier 13 Raid Finder set, although usable for all cloth-wearing classes, which is really cool. It's an awesome looking set, and it's perfect for taking on those old gods in Battle for Azeroth. And it would actually work quite nicely with some of the weapon transmogs from this week as well. And it can obviously be bought and sold on the auction house. That being said, a lot of the items from Island Expeditions can be bought and sold on the auction house, so make sure you check if they're BOE, if they drop, if you don't want them, so some of them are actually worth quite a bit. And that's it, guys, so let me know if you'd like me to make these videos every month if Blizzard continue to update us on the schedule, unless this just repeats. I'm not actually sure. And a huge shout out to Wowhead, who posted this on their website in detail, and as before, they also have a great post related to island drops, which I've linked below along with this one, so yeah, check them out. So let me know what your thoughts are on Island Expeditions as a whole, and if you've had any lucky drops so far. I'd love to know what you guys think. So before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I also have a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members and a merch store over on Streamlabs. I'm also now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM if you want to check me out and stream. The link is in the description below this video. And yeah, twitch.tv/MrGM. We're playing a lot of PTR stuff recently, and it's been a lot of fun. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.